Can we explain why we look at liquidity flows? Why is liquidity important? Looking at liquidity is an alternative approach to understanding financial markets. Its origins go back probably 20 or 30 years to the days of when I was at Salomon Brothers, and particularly the work that was done by people like Henry Kaufman, Sidney Homer, and Marty Leibowitz. The understanding of financial markets essentially comes back to looking at flow of funds. And this work was pioneered, as I say, at Salomon Brothers to try and understand, in particular, the fixed income and the Forex markets. What really matters for those markets, or price formation in those markets, is understanding supply and demand. And that's what essentially the liquidity approach does. What we do to understand liquidity is to monitor three particular sectors within the economy. We look at what the central banks do, how much liquidity they inject into markets. We look at what the private sector itself creates. That's not simply the banking system. It also embraces what are called shadow banks. It also includes the cash generation of corporations, and it includes the savings behavior of households. So together that forms the pool of funds, which is private sector liquidity. And then thirdly, and at times one of the most important elements, particularly for emerging markets, is cross-border flows. And those cross-border flows represent capital that is flowing between economies and goes directly for the purchase of securities. So if we add those together, those three elements, we get a picture of total liquidity in an economy, and it's the cycle of total liquidity that we consult closely to understand the direction of financial markets. Broadly speaking, the transmission originates in the Forex and the fixed income markets, and then tends to move out into equities, corporate debt, and into other asset classes.